Welcome to IELTS Listening. Today we study IELTS 18, Test 1, Part 1, Transport Survey. This part has 10 questions. All are note completion tasks. Write one word and/or a number in each gap. All 10 questions use keyword location. We will analyze each one in detail. Key strategy: use words around the gap to predict, hear a keyword to find the answer, and watch out for traps. This is a transport survey conversation. The interviewer asks Sadie about personal details and today's travel. The first topic is personal information: name, year of birth, and postcode. It covers questions 1 to 3 from turn 3 to turn 10. The second topic is today's travel, like taking the bus and confirming the date. It covers questions 4 to 7 from turn 13 to turn 17. The third topic is about the reason for the trip and final suggestions. It covers questions 8 to 10 after turn 18. The structure is clear. Questions 1 to 3 are about personal information, questions 4 to 7 about travel today, and questions 8 to 10 about trip purpose. Watch for correction traps, spelling traps, and format traps. The date is first wrong, then corrected. Postcodes may be spelled out. Use numbers for dates. Now, let's go through each question. Please pause the video and predict the answer types for the 10 gaps. The question asks for a postcode. Look at the word before the gap and predict you need to write letters and numbers. The key word is postcode. When you hear it, the information right after it is the answer. Sadie says, it's DW37YZ. Write it exactly as you hear, including both letters and numbers. Write DW37YZ. Remember to include the capital letters D and W, not just the numbers. This blank asks for the date of the bus journey. Before the blank, we see date of bus journey, so you need to listen for a specific date. Pause now and make a prediction. The question asks for the date. When you hear words like date or April in the recording, pay close attention. The answer type is already clear, a date. In the recording, the speaker says the date directly. It's the 24th of April. The anchor word is April. This tells us the answer is about to appear. Be careful. The speaker first mentions 25th, then corrects it and confirms the date is 24th April. If you only catch 25th, you will write the wrong answer. The correct answer is 24th April. So the answer is 24th April. Remember to capitalize April and write the date as 24th. Question 3 asks about the main reason for this trip. Shopping is already mentioned, but the blank asks for the main purpose. Listen carefully to tell the difference. Look at the clue. Visit to the means to go somewhere. In the recording, we hear go to. The answer should be a place or a person. The key signal is main reason or came here. The woman first mentions shopping, but then says the main reason she came was to go to the dentist. Be careful with the trap. Shopping is mentioned first, so it looks possible. But she says, I did some shopping, but the main reason. The word but separates the main point from the extra detail, so the correct answer is dentist, not shopping. So for question 3, write dentist in the blank. Remember the spelling, D-E-N-T-I-S-T. This question asks for one kind of travel expense. Before the blank, we see cost of, and after it, we see too high. Pause and predict the answer type. The words cost of tell us the blank is an expense. In the recording, Sadie says costs so much, so we know the answer is coming. Sadie says she stopped driving because parking was difficult and costs so much. The missing word is parking, so we write it exactly as heard. The answer is parking. The blank asks about an expense, so don't write car or driving. This blank asks for the place where the man got on the bus, so we need a street name. Later, he spells it out, so we must watch spelling. The blank is followed by the word street, so the answer must be a street name. Listen for an address. The man asks where he got on. Sadie answers, on the bus stop. When you hear bus stop, get ready for question 5. The man spells C-L-A-X-B. Notice it is X, not Z, and ends with Y. Follow the letters exactly and do not guess from sound. So question 5 is Claxby with a capital C and careful X and Y. This blank asks about the bus today. The answer should be an adjective. Pause the video and predict before you listen. The question asks how the bus was today. Think of a word that describes its condition, probably an adjective. The recording directly says, this morning it was late, so the answer is simply late. You can write it exactly as you hear it. The answer for Q6 is late. Don't write 10 minutes. That is just how late it was. Question 7 asks about the frequency of buses in the evening. The recording mentions daytime first, but the answer comes after a contrast, so be careful. The question asks when the bus service is bad. Before the blank, we see in the, so we need a time period. Listen for but. After it, you will hear in the evening, which is the answer. The recording says she mainly uses buses during the day, but then says but and explains that in the evening you wait a long time because there are not many buses. The question asks about that time, so the answer is evening, not daytime. So the answer for question 7 is evening. Spell it E-V-E-N-I-N-G. Question 8 is a note completion. It asks where Sadie goes by car. The blank needs a place noun. Pause the video and predict. The cue is by car. The recording mentions golf club, but that's for her husband, not for Sadie. Watch the speaker. The recording directly says supermarket. Copy the word as it is. Note that the golf club is for her husband, so don't be confused. The answer is supermarket. Fill in the blank. Spelling S-U-P-E-R-M-A-R-K-E-T. Question 9 asks for a noun. It is the reason why she doesn't want to cycle. The blank comes after because of, so predict a reason related to the environment. Then listen. The blank follows because of, so we need a noun. Do not guess traffic from common sense. Wait for the real reason. After the man asks about city bikes, Sadie says it directly. The original line is, I'm not keen on cycling there because of all the pollution. The word pollution appears right after because of, so we simply write it down. So the answer for question 9 is pollution, not traffic or cars. The original word is pollution, and the spelling is P-O-L-L-U-T-I-O. Question 10 asks for a noun. It is about what this flat lacks, so she cannot keep a bike. Pause the video and predict the answer. Before the blank, we see lack of, which means missing something. From the context, the answer should be a noun about storage. Listen for what the flat does not have. The recording directly says doesn't have any storage, so the answer is storage. The spelling is S-T-O-R-A-G-E. Let's summarize the question patterns and core vocabulary in this IELTS listening part 1. This question tested the shogen ganwa. This is a classic listening trap. In questions 2-5, watch out for similar interference patterns. This question tested the gershid shenjin. This is a classic listening trap. In questions 1-2, watch out for similar interference patterns. This question tested the pinsha shenjin. This is a classic listening trap. In questions 1, watch out for similar interference patterns. Overall, keep your rhythm for listening gap fills. Move on if you miss one. Next, let's review the key vocabulary from this recording. Question 1 answer, DW307YZ. Pay attention to its pronunciation and spelling. Question 2 answer, 24th April. Pay attention to its pronunciation and spelling. Question 3 answer, dentist. Pay attention to its pronunciation and spelling. Question 4 answer, parking. Pay attention to its pronunciation and spelling. Question 5 answer, Claxby. Pay attention to its pronunciation and spelling. Question 6 answer, late. Pay attention to its pronunciation and spelling. Question 7 answer, evening. Pay attention to its pronunciation and spelling. Question 8 answer, supermarket. Pay attention to its pronunciation and spelling. Question 9 answer, pollution. Pay attention to its pronunciation and spelling. Question 10 answer, storage. Pay attention to its pronunciation and spelling. Congratulations on completing this IELTS listening intensive study. See you next time.